Hello, my name is Larry Van Lieshout. I'm a research scientist with the Minnesota Department of Agriculture, and I administer the BeeCheck program in our state. This program is designed to reduce pesticide injury to bees. There is concern about the decline in pollinator populations and health. This has been related to a number of causes, such as a lack of flowering plants due to monoculture agriculture in lawns, bee diseases such as foul brood, parasites such as varroa mites and others, pesticide exposure which occurs during application, drift from surrounding areas, and pesticide residues on flowers, and beekeeper practices which include sublethal stress caused by miticide applications. To help reduce pesticide spray drift injury, FieldWatch produces an online map which shows the locations of pesticide-sensitive crops and beehives so that applicators can take precautions when working in these areas. The system's Google Map based pins mark the locations of sensitive sites. Before jumping into the program, I want to provide some background information about it. FieldWatch is a nonprofit corporation which operates 3 voluntary mapping services designed to improve communications between beekeepers and specialty crop growers and pesticide applicators. BeeCheck is for beekeepers, DriftWatch for specialty crop growers such as fruits and vegetables, and FieldCheck for pesticide applicators. These programs work together to help producers and pesticide applicators communicate more easily. So how do these programs interact? Beekeepers and specialty crop growers use BeeCheck and DriftWatch to mark the locations of pesticide-sensitive sites on the FieldWatch map. Use BeeCheck if you only have beehives. This system is a little more streamlined. Use DriftWatch if you also grow specialty crops. Applicators can then use the FieldCheck program to view this information in their area of operation and obtain producer contact information if needed. These services are voluntary, free, and non-regulatory. Here is a closer look at the map. Find your area of interest by entering an address, latitude and longitude, or moving manually on the map. Zoom in for a more accurate view of hive locations. To get started, FieldWatch.com provides entry points to the various mapping programs. Select BeeCheck on this page. Again, if you also have specialty crops, you can start at the DriftWatch site. On the next page, existing users can log into their account. If you're new to the system, create an account to get started. In this example, we'll assume we only have beehives and no specialty crops, so we will select the BeeCheck option. It is now time to mark your hive locations on the map. Find your area of interest by moving manually on the map or by searching using the address bar in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. In this case, we will add hives near the Capitol building in St. Paul. Note that existing sites for this account are listed in the left-hand margin. When in the correct area, choose Add Apiaries in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Next, enter information about the hives at this location, such as the purpose of the bees, whether they are for commercial honey production, pollinator services, or for a hobby. Indicate the number of hives at the location. Indicate if the hive location is permanent or if they will be moved. There's a question about where the hives are registered. Minnesota does not have a separate state registry, so choose the first option. If desired, you can also enter which dates the hive should appear on the map. Additional information can be added for the beekeeper, the public, or the FieldWatch manager. Find your location on the map. When ready, choose Place Hives on Map. Using the crosshairs and the left mouse button, select the location of the hives. The beehive icon will then mark the location of the proposed hive. Hive locations can also be marked while in the field using a mobile device and a free BeeCheck app. When you've completed all the information, submit the site for approval. Here's an example of a site approval email for a beekeeper. It includes the site expiration date. Sites expire at the end of the year and will need to be renewed annually. Renewal reminders and instructions are emailed to all the users. Now pesticide applicators can select the hive icon to obtain contact information for a beekeeper before making an application in that area. You can choose not to have your location displayed on the public map if theft or vandalism is a concern. To do this, after logging into your account, choose My Profile in the upper right corner of the screen. Then choose whether to display your hive location on the public map or only to registered BeeCheck users. In addition to marking your site on the FieldWatch map, consider marking it with a physical sign. Signs indicating the presence of beehives or pesticide-sensitive crops can be purchased from the FieldWatch website. Signs are also available for beehives and organic crops from a number of other sources. So you done yet? Make personal contact with neighbors to announce that you have beehives and avoid spraying flowering plants, including weeds, with insecticides. Another option is to use doorknob hangers to inform them of your hives. For additional assistance using BeeCheck, choose the Resources tab in the left-hand margin of the FieldWatch page. There you'll find detailed user guides and videos on using BeeCheck and DriftWatch. Scroll to the bottom of the Resources page to obtain a link to the free BeeCheck app, which was mentioned earlier. In 2021, BeeCheck was available in 21 states and 1 province and is increasing all the time. Most of the neighboring states also use BeeCheck. You'll notice that North Dakota is an exception. North Dakota has its own mandatory system called the North Dakota Bee Map. Beekeepers that have hives in North Dakota need to become familiar with this registry as well. This registry is mandatory and there is a fee involved. Although California uses the BeeCheck mapping system, it has its own registry called Beware, which is useful for beekeepers that move their hives between Minnesota and California. This program is mandatory and there is a fee involved. NDA has additional information on our website concerning practices for protecting pollinators that beekeepers can refer people to. For example, there are best management practices for yards and gardens. There are also pollinator best management practices for agricultural landscapes and for roadsides and right-of-ways. Contact me if you have any questions about the program or need additional assistance. Also, if you know beekeepers who do not have computer access, please help them or provide my contact information and I can complete the process by mail or phone. Thank you for your time.